With you here from our studios at the Seaport in New York City, and we are jam-packed. Take a look at the crew that we have assembled for you today. The big swagoo is here. Dan Graziano's got all the insight. I mentioned Mel's got his first mock up. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. And Jeff Saturday is handing out pancakes. All that and more as we get this thing rolling with Green Bay. After the Packers' crushing loss to the Bucs Sunday, many are wondering what the future holds in Green Bay for quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who had cryptic comments after the game. In case you missed it, here was Adam Schefter on Get Up yesterday talking about Rodgers' future options.
He's under contract to the Green Bay Packers for 3 more seasons. So they control him for 3 more seasons. Unless Aaron Rodgers says, I'm not going to play there anymore and I want to be traded. It would take a huge set of cojones to do that. But if that's what he wants to do, that's what he's entitled to do. He didn't pick Green Bay. Green Bay picked him. And now he's at the point in his career, with the way the NFL is set up, that he can pick where he wants to go. And it may be Green Bay. I'm just saying it may be Green Bay.
So I've described myself on the radio as the Shefty Whisperer. And so I tell people all the time, he doesn't just say stuff. He's very measured about the things he will say. So if he's willing to say that, it is worth following. The big swagoo is getting up with us this morning. Marcus Spears, do you think there's a real chance we have seen the last of Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay?
Yes, I do, G. And I told you that before the damn season started, that he might want to get out. The first damn at the top of the show. But listen, G, this is all about what I hear. It's all about Aaron Rodgers' approach and attitude, especially in that presser. When he was, it felt reflectionary. It felt like I got to go evaluate what I need to do. And one thing about Aaron Rodgers, one thing he said in that press conference about we all are we don't know our futures. That's a lie. Aaron Rodgers knows his future. His future is whatever he wants it to be. He's earned those stripes in the league. He's played enough good football that people will be willing to give away a lot to get him if he said he didn't want to play in Green Bay anymore. So I hear all of that stuff, G, and you know I like to decipher. We talked about Gronk the year before he retired. I said, G, it sounds real reflectionary. It sounds like he's talking in the past tense when it came to New England and playing football. Here we go again. Aaron Rodgers gave us some subliminal. I'm going to take it for what it's worth because the offseason is almost here, and we need something like this to talk about. So Aaron Rodgers is in that mode of reflection when it comes to Green Bay, not when it comes to football.
All right, Jeff Saturday, if you're the Green Bay Packers, are you letting him get anywhere near the door?
Absolutely not. I mean, are you kidding me? You would be the dumbest organization in NFL history. I mean, you have the NFL MVP on your roster right now, and I don't care. Like Swagoo just said, there don't need to be any deciphering. Like his future is not uncertain. It's going to be either you're a Packer or you're retiring. Because if you let him go, whatever team he goes to is now a Super Bowl contender, possibly a favorite. Imagine if he went to Chicago, Greeny. Like, he's going to beat you down for the next 3 years, and you're going to get fired. The general manager will get fired. Mark Murphy, even though he's not an owner, they'll make him can't be an owner anymore anywhere. Like, the whole thing is going to get blown up all because you did something stupid. Whatever you got to do to Aaron Rodgers, take him to the best golf course in the world and make him feel good about whatever you got to do. He was passive-aggressive. He held his tongue about the draft until post-game NFC Championship, and then he let it out, Greeny. You just got to let this thing die and move on with the best quarterback in the game right now. That's it. That's all you can do.
So, Dan Graziano, my insider, let me turn to you. It feels to me, and this is how I framed it yesterday on the radio, the Packers told Aaron Rodgers that his career in Green Bay was coming to an end with how they handled the draft last year. Now, maybe it's Rodgers' turn to tell them, okay, now I'll take care of the timing. You told me it's starting to end. I'll tell you when we're going to do that. That feels reasonable to me. What do you think?
Yes. If the Packers get to decide, then Aaron Rodgers is on their team next year. That's their preference. Matt LaFleur, the head coach, made that clear after the game on Sunday. And Green Bay is not prepared to start Jordan Love in 2021. They want Aaron Rodgers for at least 1 year. But to Adam Schefter's point yesterday, if Aaron Rodgers is willing to force the issue, this becomes an interesting story because we're seeing this in the NFL more and more. It's kind of like what players have been doing in the NBA for years in terms of trying to exercise their leverage and demand to be able to pick their teams. We're seeing it with Deshaun Watson right now in Houston. He may be willing to sit out and force the Texans to trade him. If Aaron Rodgers is willing to sit out and force the Packers to trade him, then that becomes something that can happen. I mean, look, Adam used the word cojones, which is great. I mean, it would take a lot, but Aaron Rodgers has made a lot of money and has a lot of status in the league. If he's looking at a landscape where, let's say he wants to go to the 49ers, right, his boyhood team, and he's worried they're going to trade for Deshaun Watson, and then next year, when the Packers do want to trade him, he can't go to the 49ers. Maybe now's the time to exercise that leverage and go there. So we'll see. It could just be a guy that was grumpy in the wake of a tough loss. We see that all the time. But he's measured in his words, and he knows the impact they have. So I don't think we just treat this as nothing.
We're going to talk about this a lot more. Brett Favre weighed in on it yesterday. You will hear what he had to say as we continue on Get Up. Meanwhile, on to our next order of business, and that is this. Tom Brady is going back to the Super Bowl for a 10th time at the age of 43. But this time, it comes as the quarterback of the Buccaneers, where he will take on the reigning Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, and the Chiefs. Now, these two quarterbacks, Brady and Mahomes, they've met 4 times before. Those meetings have been ultra close. Their teams have split the matchups, each of them winning twice. One of them, of course, was the AFC Championship game that Brady won in overtime. Mahomes has arguably outplayed Brady in those meetings. You see some of the numbers that are there, but of course, those aren't the most important piece of this. And so, Jeff Saturday, let me start with this. People refer to Tom Brady as the GOAT, and I'm hearing a lot of people refer to Patrick Mahomes as the future GOAT, the next GOAT. When you hear that, Jeff, what do you think?
The dumbest thing people could say. The future GOAT? What does that even freaking mean? The future GOAT. You can't be the future. You're either the GOAT or you're not the GOAT. Like, there is no in between. There ain't no freaking future anything, bro. Like Tom Brady is going to go play in his 10th, man. 10th Super Bowl. He's about to play his 20th game of this season at 40 whatever years old he is. And this dude ain't slowing down, man. He has completely transformed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What he's doing is remarkable. And to kind of cast it away because you have a young kid who's playing lights out and put him in the same category, it's just disrespectful. That has nothing to do with Patrick Mahomes and his talent ability. But you ain't the GOAT, bro. Like, the GOAT is going to go out there. He's going to go play his 10th Super Bowl. He's got rings on both hands. Like, go through whatever you want. 14, championship games, AFC and NFC. Like, there's too much. And by the way, 2 weeks ago, Mahomes got hurt again. Like to put somebody's career and fast forward it 20 years, I can't stand it. Like, the dumbest conversation you could have. You can say he's a great quarterback, best in the game right now. Don't talk about the GOAT nonsense until we get there.
What do you think of that, Swaggo?
I think old man Saturday woke up on the wrong side of the damn bed this morning. That's what I think. He is pissed off, and it's going to go down on Get Up this morning. All right, Jeff, gloves off. I see what we doing this morning, so let's do it. First of all, future GOAT means Patrick Mahomes is going to play well enough to be that guy at the end of his career. I get it. I understand. We in the same mindset. It's longevity. It's accomplishments. It's things that he needs to do. But based on what we're seeing, Jeff, this is his 3rd AFC Championship game. His 3rd in the first 4 years. This is also his 2nd Super Bowl. He's already a Super Bowl MVP from last year. So he's trending. Look, come with the times, Jeff Saturday. He's trending.
No, sir.
He's going viral right now. And it may last for a long time, but if it doesn't, that's fine. Patrick Mahomes has already done some tremendous things that no other quarterback has done at this point in their career when you talk about the shortness of what he's been doing. So I like it. I like GOAT, baby GOAT, GOAT, future GOAT. We always need somebody to do that to keep that thing going. Stop being so mad and pissed off, Jeff.
Jeff, can I just also point out that here you are singing the praises of Tom Brady? What has happened to
Brady? You traitor. You traitor. You filthy animal.
Honest to God, this could not be more true. I literally hated Tom Brady in New England. Hated him. I wish they lost every game. And then all of a sudden he went to Tampa Bay, and I root for him. And like my kids, my kids are rooting